Everybody, 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 body, 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 body. What up, everybody? And welcome to Stream. How is everybody doing today? So, yesterday was day 9 of the first annual spring break Stream-A-Thon. The weather intensity score is 67.61. We're doing severe weather coverage. We have 2 or 3 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. We have a storm in Florida, which is going north, with a special marine warning in effect, which expires in 9 hours. And not only that, but we could see the possibility for a stronger storm today. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and update all of you on the conditions for tomorrow. Tomorrow, we are looking at an enhanced risk for severe weather in parts of the Wiregrass. We do not know if this is, again, we do not know if this will be more of a tornado threat. But what I can tell you is that we have a high tornado risk for tomorrow. Now, some of you are asking in your heads right now, will this delay school? Or will we get out early? We do not know at this time. We only know, the Weather Twin Storm Team only knows what risks are given. We only know what the Storm Prediction Center has put out. Okay. But if you stick with us, if you stick with the Weather Twin Storm Team here, as I try to get everything set up, I will tell you which areas are at risk, are in the risk zone for today and tomorrow, and what to expect throughout this week. So, sit back, relax. You can grab something to eat while you're watching. Or you can go get something to drink. We got time on our hands. I'm going to most likely be live for the rest of the day, hopefully. As long as no interruptions come up. And we'll be rocking and rolling. So, let me go ahead and share my screen to weather-wise. I also got weather-wise on my phone as an app because, yeah, because I can. So, let's go outlooks and day one. This is our day one risk. And you can see right there and there and there, we have our risk zones. Texas, you have a severe thunderstorm warning over there for and this includes the city and or town of Killeen, and this is moving east at 40 miles per hour, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. This severe storm will be near, well, it's already near Killeen because it's past 10:10. But Nolanville, this will be around you at 10:15. Belton, this will be near you at 10:25. And Belton Lake, this will be near you at 10:30. For your protection, do move into a sturdy structure and keep away from any and all windows. This is radar indicated. Now, if you're still with us, if you're still with the Weather Windstorm team, let's go ahead and go over the risk area for today and tomorrow. Today, this enhanced risk will go as north. And yes, I'm zooming in so I can see all the towns and cities. This will go as north as Richmond, Washington Township, Troy, Detroit, Waterford Township, Eaton Rapids, Fowlerville. This will go as south as Nacogdoches, Montgomery, Colfax, Many, Overton, Henderson, Mount Enterprise, Cushing, Appleby, Garson, San Augustine. This will go as east as Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Alabaster, Gadsden, Collinsville, and this enhanced risk for day one will go as west as West Plains, Mountain Home, Yellville, Diamond City, Harrison, Mountain View. But this entire system, from the general risk to the enhanced risk, will go as north as the border of Canada right here. This will go as south as the Gulf Coast and San Antonio. And this will go as west touching the Atlantic. And this will go as west as Kansas City. Let me give you all the populations. 39.2 million, 34 million, 36 million. Right there. Now, some of you still asking about the wiregrass. The enhanced risk, which again includes Dothan, Enterprise, Rehoboth, Geneva, Hartford, Cottonwood, Ashford, Gordon, Columbia, Midland City, Enterprise, possibly Ozark, Graceville, Samson, Coffee Springs. Oh yeah, it will include Ozark. I'm an idiot. So this will go as north as Charlottesville, Fredericksburg, Lake of the Woods, Brightwood, Madison, Twin Lakes. This will go as south as Tallahassee, Defuniak Springs, Vernon, Midway, Chattahoochee, Brewton. This will go as east as Kitty Hawk, Columbia, Elizabeth City, Beaufort, and this will go as west as Coffeyville, Sweetwater, Pennington. Now, some of you might be asking about that tornado risk that we do have. Let's go over that real quick. So the tornado risk today will be going as north as Bloomington, Martinsville, Columbus, Versailles, Clay City. We'll go as south as Greenville, Greenwood, Arkansas City. We'll go as east as Florence, Cornersville, Nashville, Gordonsville, and we'll go as west as Cherokee Village, Thayer, Van Buren. But the tornado risk tomorrow, Dothan and all surrounding towns and cities are under that 10% tornado risk, which for the Weather Twin Storm Team is concerningly high. That is a concerningly high likelihood right there. Concerningly high. This will go as north as some of the same locations we were talking about in the categorical risk area. I am sorry, y'all. My throat is messing up on me. Holy. So this will go as north as Brightwood, Madison, Hollymead, Rio, Fredericksburg, Charlottesville, Waynesboro, Mount Crawford. This will go as south as Crawfordville, Tallahassee, Vernon, Defuniak Springs, Crestview. This will go as west as Coffeyville, Silas, Jackson, Grove Hill, Streetwater, Myrtlewood, Linden, Providence, Dayton, Thomaston, Pennington, Butler, Needham, Gilbertown, and this will go as east as Kitty Hawk, Jacksonville, Beaufort, Emerald Isle, Virginia Beach, Newport News, Southport, Myrtle Beach, Charleston. Now, I am not going to rule out the possibility of tornadoes in the 5% risk or 2% risk. I want you all to know that the most likely percentage risk where tornadoes will happen is the 10% risk. I hope that tornadoes do not hit us down here. I hope not. But in the case that a tornado does form in the wiregrass, I want every single one of my viewers from the wiregrass to be prepared at a moment's notice. Okay? At a moment's notice. As soon as that tornado siren goes off, you are not to walk, you are to run to that tornado shelter. You are to stop whatever you are doing after that tornado siren goes off. Now, back to day one, and we'll go over our wind threat. And holy, this is the highest wind risk I have ever seen right here. 45%. This will go as north as Defiance. As Defiance, Ohio. Bowling Green, Napoleon, LaGrange, North Liberty, South Bend, LaPorte. This will go as south as El Dorado, Camden, Greenville, Marion, Stevens, Gurdon, Crosset, Smackover, Hamburg, Hollandale, Belzoni. This will go as west as Little Rock, Benton, Malvern, Hot Springs, Mayflower, England. And this will go as east as Lexington, Louisville, Danville, Stanford, Liberty, Jamestown, Columbia, Campbellsville. Not sure that's the correct way to say that. If someone could correct me in chat, that would be absolutely wonderful. Greensburg, Edmonton, Bowling Green. I mean, if you're in this 45 wind risk, you gotta be prepared. Day 2. Again, Dothan, Slocum, Geneva, Enterprise, Rehoboth, and all surrounding towns and cities, you are in the 30% risk. This will go as north as Fayetteville, Charlotte, Forest City, Dunn, Denton, Huntersville, Carthage, Sanford, Robbins, Ashboro. This will go as south as Madison, Crawfordville, Tallahassee, Crestview, Defoniac Springs, Vernon. This will go as west as Selma, Linden, Coffeyville, Gilbertown, Grove Hill, Pennington, Myrtlewood, Butler. And this will go as east as Myrtle Beach, Carolina Forest, Conway, Bucksport, Andrews. Back to day one as we move to our hail risk. This hail risk for today will go as north as Logansport, Royal Center. And again, this is for the red and black right here. Logansport, Royal Center, Francisville, Hopkins Park, Beaverville, Kempton, Chatsworth. This will go as south. This will go as south. And now we're getting to the yellow. Huntsville, Livingston, Shepherd, College Station, Rockdale, Temple, Holland, Gerald, Cameron. This will go as west as Dallas, Claiborne, Fort Smith, St. Louis. This will go as east as Evansville, Memphis, Clarksdale, Monroe. For day two, our 15% hail risk will go as north as Washington, D.C., Germantown, Front Royal, Leesburg, New Baltimore, Chesapeake Beach, South Laurel, Frederick, Damascus, Point of Rocks, Shannondale, Stephen City, Middletown, Berryville. This will go as south as Apalachicola, Panama City, Fort Pensacola, Gulfport, Grand Bay, Mobile, New Orleans, Grand Isle, Golden Meadow, Morgan City. This will go as west as Baton Rouge, New Roads, Jackson, Melville. And this will go as east as Virginia Beach, Kitty Hawk, Elizabeth City, Newport News, Beaufort. I mean, what else can I say? What else can I say? I mean, y'all gotta be prepared at this point. Y'all gotta be prepared. Let me check chat. So we have a special weather statement, which is in effect. It was issued 19 minutes ago, expires in 14 minutes. A strong thunderstorm will impact portions of northwestern Williamson and eastern Burnett counties through 10:45 a.m. The weather intensity score is 58.16. At 10:12 a.m. Central Daylight Time, Doppler radar was tracking a strong thunderstorm over Florence, or 13 miles northwest of Serenada. I'm not sure if that's how you say that, but moving on. Moving east at 50 miles per hour. Winds in excess of 40 miles per hour and half-inch hail. Gusty winds could knock down tree limbs and blow around unsecured objects. Minor damage to outdoor objects is possible. Locations include, but will not be limited to, Granger, Jarrow, and Florence. If outdoors, consider seeking shelter inside a building. Frequent cloud-to-ground lightning is occurring with the storm. Lightning can strike 10 miles away from a thunderstorm. Seek a safe shelter inside a building or vehicle.
All right, folks, let's dive into the Day 3 severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. We're specifically focusing on Tuesday's potential weather developments. We're looking at a slight risk for severe thunderstorms stretching from central and northeastern Kansas all the way to northwestern Illinois. This area is expected to see some action after dark, so if you're in these regions, keep an eye out for the possibility of large hail. The cities and areas at risk include parts of Kansas and Missouri, particularly as storms develop overnight. Now, what's driving this? We've got a system amplifying over the western U.S., with several short waves moving through. One significant wave is expected to move into the central and northern plains overnight, forming a low-pressure system over South Dakota and Nebraska. This will drag a cold front across the central and southern plains. During the day, the potential for storms is mostly kept in check by a strong cap, though a storm or two might pop up along the dry line from southern Oklahoma down into central Texas. These could bring some hail or damaging winds, but it's a very limited chance. The real action is expected overnight. As the warm front lifts across Kansas and Missouri, elevated storms are more likely, with the primary threat being large hail. The conditions could favor supercells, so that's something to watch closely. It's worth noting that the models are a bit split here. The ANAM model suggests the cap might hold strong south of Kansas, keeping things quiet, but both the GFS and ECMWF models think we might see some isolated storms along the cold front. If those storms develop, we could see a range of severe weather risks. So we'll keep an eye on this for any updates. Stay tuned for further updates and keep your weather alerts handy if you're in the highlighted areas. The National Weather Service has issued an avalanche watch for the central Sierra Nevada mountains, including the greater Lake Tahoe area. This is in effect from Sunday morning until early Monday. High avalanche danger may occur due to a storm with heavy snowfall and strong winds. Avoid traveling in backcountry avalanche terrain as large avalanches could pose a serious risk. The National Weather Service has issued an avalanche watch for the central Sierra Nevada mountains, including the greater Lake Tahoe area from Yuba Pass to Ebbets Pass. A powerful storm may cause high avalanche danger in the backcountry starting on Monday. Traveling in these areas is not recommended. Stay updated at sierraavalanchecenter.org. Let's check in on the flash flood warning for northeastern Harrison County and northern Jackson County in southern Mississippi. The National Weather Service in New Orleans has issued this warning due to thunderstorms producing heavy rain in the area. Between 2 and 3 inches of rain have already fallen, with an additional 1 to 3 inches possible. Flash flooding is either ongoing or expected to begin shortly. This warning will be in effect for the next few hours. Locations such as Van Cleve, Wade, Latimer, and Hurley could experience flash flooding, particularly in small creeks, streams, urban areas, and streets with poor drainage. Please stay alert and avoid driving on flooded roads, as most flood-related fatalities occur in vehicles. If you observe flooding, report it to local emergency services when it is safe to do so.
The weather intensity scores just went up to 59.13. In case some of you are watching from the Wiregrass, we can go over the risk areas for the Wiregrass tomorrow. So, our day 2 risk involves an enhanced risk from Fredericksburg, Virginia, all the way down to Crestview, Florida. And goes east to west from Gilbertown to Myrtle Beach, Wilmington, Kitty Hawk. That's only the enhanced risk. This enhanced risk also includes the following cities and towns that are included but will not be limited to: Dothan, Enterprise, Ozark, Midland City, Columbia, Rehoboth, Slocum, and Geneva. For our tornado risk, we are in the highest risk so far, with a 10% tornado risk. Don't be scared, be prepared. This will go as north as Fredericksburg, all the way down to Crestview, Florida. Again, some of the cities and towns that are included but will not be limited to: Montgomery, Alexander City, Dothan, Ozark, Geneva, Andalusia, Troy, Atlanta, Augusta, Macon, Valdosta, Savannah, Charleston, Wilmington, Charlotte, Raleigh, Greensboro, Kitty Hawk, Virginia Beach, and Richmond. For our wind risk, we will be in the 30% risk. Ooh, lucky thing I caught that. Lucky thing I caught that. So, this is for far southern Mississippi. This is a mesoscale discussion, number 0095. For far southern Mississippi, southwestern Alabama, and far western Florida, we'll get to. So here's the summary. Relatively slow-moving and occasionally back-building areas of very heavy showers and thunderstorms will pose a localized threat of flash flooding going through the early to mid-afternoon hours. Now, back to the wind risk. So, the cities and towns that will be involved with this include, but will not be limited to, Montgomery, Selma, Dothan, Ozark, Geneva, Andalusia, Troy, Atlanta, Savannah, Augusta, Macon, and Charlotte. On to our hail risk. Again, we're in the highest risk possible here. And I think they updated this too. I don't know. But the cities and towns that are included with this include, but will not be limited to, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Montgomery, Dothan, Tallahassee, Panama City, Apalachicola, New Orleans, Hattiesburg, Laurel, Oxford, Atlanta, Savannah, Charleston, Myrtle Beach, Charlotte, Greenville, Virginia Beach, Richmond, and Washington, D.C. Now, this is our day 3 right here. Also, right here too. And with this, we will be in the general risk of severe weather. This is day 3. Day 4, we're going to end up right back where we started with this multi-day severe weather threat. End up right back where we started at the same place where some cities and towns already have gotten hit, like Cincinnati, Louisville, St. Louis. Day 5, again. There's day 6 for you, day 7, and day 8. So again, this is the risk we're looking at today, right here. That's the risk for tomorrow, basically. And that's the risk for Tuesday. Now, Monday, I might not be live that day. I might be live in the afternoon, but I don't know. But anyway,
in northern New England are dealing with a continuing ice storm. This is causing significant ice accumulations, which could lead to power outages and tree damage. If you're in these areas, be prepared for hazardous travel and possible disruptions. Out west, the weather's turning unsettled too. A Pacific system is moving in, bringing rain and thunderstorms to the west coast from central California up through the Pacific Northwest. In the mountains, we're expecting heavy snowfall, possibly up to 4 to 5 feet in the Sierra Nevada, along with strong winds. In the southern high plains, we're keeping an eye on critical fire weather conditions. It's going to be warm, dry, and breezy. It's 11:46 a.m. ET. The temperature at the Weather House is 65 degrees Fahrenheit, with a dew point of 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Weather can change quickly. Stay tuned for real-time updates. Multiple new storm reports coming in. Significant freezing rain was reported about 10 minutes ago in Charlevoix, Michigan, with ice accumulation around 1/3 of an inch, causing widespread power outages. In New Hampshire, about 10 minutes ago, Guilford saw freezing rain accumulation of nearly 4/10 of an inch. Nearby, Deerfield reported just over 3/10 of an inch 8 minutes ago, and Claremont reported about 1/1500 of an inch just 4 minutes ago. Additionally, Fryeburg, Maine recorded 1/10 of an inch of freezing rain about 13 minutes ago. Please be cautious. Icy conditions are impacting travel and power in these areas. Multiple new storm reports coming in from central Wisconsin. We're receiving several reports of freezing rain. Tigerton in Shawano County reported ice accumulation around 4/10 of an inch about 12 minutes ago. Additional reports of about 2/10 of an inch of ice were noted near Evergreen in Marathon County and west of Underhill in Oconto County, both just a few minutes ago. Please exercise caution if you're traveling through these areas. We just got a report of freezing rain affecting Mackinac Island in Michigan, received about 9 minutes ago. Significant ice accumulations of around 1/4 inch have been observed, leading to numerous power outages across the area. This information comes directly from reports shared by the public on Facebook. Here's a quick update on the winter storm warning for Marquette County, Michigan. Heavy mixed precipitation is expected with 6 to 8 inches of additional snow possible, especially in the higher areas. Be prepared for power outages and challenging travel conditions. This warning will expire in 8 hours and 10 minutes. Folks, here's the latest from the Storm Prediction Center, and we've got a busy weather day ahead across a broad stretch of the country. We're looking at an enhanced risk of severe weather stretching from much of the lower and mid-Mississippi Valley into the Ohio Valley and even reaching the southern Great Lakes. If you're in these areas, stay alert because numerous severe storms are on the docket for today and into tonight. Let's break it down a bit. Starting with the Midwest and Ohio Valley up to the Great Lakes, we have some elevated thunderstorms popping up early on in parts of northeast Missouri. While these might not pack a severe punch right away, the situation will change quickly. By early afternoon, expect storms to fire up and rapidly spread northeastward. Areas from Ohio into southern Michigan, you could see some supercells bringing large hail, possibly up to 2.5 inches in diameter, and damaging winds. There's also a real risk for several tornadoes, and some could be strong, especially with the initial supercells in the lower Ohio Valley. Swinging down to Texas and the lower Mississippi Valley, we've already seen some early morning storms in north central and east Texas. As we move into the afternoon, strong destabilization will lead to rapid and intense thunderstorm development. This could mean supercells with very large hail, possibly up to 3 inches in diameter. While low-level winds might stay a bit calmer initially, they'll pick up tonight, increasing the risk for tornadoes, particularly in the Mid-South. Expect a transition to more linear storm clusters by evening, enhancing the threat for damaging winds. And let's not forget about the Florida Peninsula, where a weak disturbance could stir up some thunderstorms this afternoon. These storms might not be widespread, but they could still bring isolated instances of severe hail and damaging winds. So, if you're in any of these areas today, make sure you have a way to get weather alerts and have your severe weather plan ready to go. Stay safe out there. The National Weather Service has issued a special weather statement for west central Milam and southeastern Bell counties in Texas. A strong thunderstorm is moving east at 35 miles per hour. Nickel-sized hail is possible, which may cause minor damage to outdoor objects. If you're outdoors, consider seeking shelter inside a building. Let's check in on the special weather statement for central Williamson County in Texas. A strong thunderstorm is currently impacting the area, moving east at 35 miles per hour. This storm is producing winds in excess of 40 miles per hour and half-inch hail, as indicated by radar. Locations affected include Theon, Gerald, Thrall, Hoxie, and Georgetown Dam, among others. Gusty winds might knock down tree limbs and unsecured objects, causing minor damage outdoors. Additionally, torrential rainfall could lead to localized flooding, so please avoid driving through flooded roadways. This statement will be in effect for the next few minutes. If you're outdoors, consider seeking shelter inside a building until the storm passes. A new storm report just came in from 2 miles west-northwest of Windsor, New Hampshire, in Hillsborough County. 4 minutes ago, a trained spotter reported freezing rain with a thickness of 3/16 radial and 0.47 flat. Stay safe and stay informed. Here's a quick update on the winter storm warning for central and western Chippewa counties in Michigan. Expect heavy mixed precipitation with up to 2 inches of snow and ice accumulation of 2 to 4/10 of an inch. Power outages and slippery roads are likely. This warning is in effect for the next 8 hours and 7 minutes. Here's a live traffic camera in US 53 at US 63 Trago, which is under a winter storm warning. See those fire icons on the map? They represent currently active wildfires. The bigger icons mean bigger fires. Right now, there are 22 wildfires actively burning across the US. If you notice those blue circle indicators on the map, those are earthquakes that have happened over the past 24 hours. Looks like we've had 198 quakes across US territories today. Let's check in on the flash flood warning currently in effect for northeastern Harrison County and northern Jackson County in southern Mississippi. Radar indicates thunderstorms have already dropped between 2 to 3 inches of rain, and additional amounts of up to 3 more inches are possible. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly, impacting small creeks, streams, urban areas, highways, and other low-lying locations like Van Cleve, Wade, Latimer, and Hurley. Please remember, most flood-related deaths occur in vehicles. Avoid driving on flooded roads and be cautious in areas with poor drainage. This warning remains in effect for the next few hours. Stay safe and report any flooding to local authorities when it's safe to do so. The National Weather Service has issued a flood advisory for a portion of southwest Alabama, including Mobile County, effective until 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time this afternoon. Heavy rainfall from thunderstorms is causing minor flooding in low-lying and poor drainage areas. Stay safe and avoid flooded roads. For more details, visit weather.gov/safety/flood. A weather intensity score of 55.1 reflects enhanced atmospheric dynamics across the country. It's 12 p.m. ET. The temperature at the Weather House is 65 degrees Fahrenheit, with a dew point of 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Remember to check out Ryan's latest video on the main channel. New uploads every Monday without fail. Here's a quick update on the flood advisory affecting Mobile County in southwest Alabama. Minor flooding is expected due to excessive rain, with an additional 1 to 2 inches possible. This advisory remains in effect for the next 3 hours. Remember, turn around, don't drown when encountering flooded roads. We just got a new snow report from 5 miles south of Herbster, Wisconsin, in Bayfield County. This was reported just 2 minutes ago by a trained spotter. Those colored polygons on the map show active weather warnings and update in real time. The most recent warning is a flood advisory for parts of southwest Alabama, including Mobile County. Expect minor flooding in low-lying and poor drainage areas. Attention everyone, we have a top priority update on the ice storm affecting our region. An ice storm warning is currently in effect for Jefferson County, including the city of Watertown. The warning is set to expire in 10 hours and 57 minutes from now. This storm is bringing freezing rain with additional ice accumulations of about 1/10 of an inch expected, especially in the northern half of the county near the St. Lawrence River. Please be aware that significant ice buildup is likely on power lines and tree limbs, which will cause scattered to numerous power outages. Travel conditions are hazardous, with roads becoming treacherously slippery. If you must go outside, exercise extreme caution on stairs, sidewalks, and driveways, as these surfaces can be icy and increase your risk of falls and injuries. Stay safe, and if you're in the affected areas, prepare for power outages and plan your travel accordingly. Here's a live traffic camera in US 53 at US 63 Trago, which is under a winter storm warning. Let's check in on the special weather statement for central Williamson County, Texas. A strong thunderstorm is currently moving east at 35 miles per hour and is expected to impact the area over the next few minutes. This storm is bringing winds in excess of 40 miles per hour and hail up to 1/2 inch in diameter. Please be aware that gusty winds could knock down tree limbs and blow unsecured objects. Minor damage to outdoor items is possible. Locations most likely to be impacted include Theon, Jarrell, Thrall, Hoxie, and the Georgetown area. If you're outdoors, consider seeking shelter inside a building. Additionally, torrential rainfall is occurring with this storm, which may lead to localized flooding. Please avoid driving through flooded roadways. Stay safe and stay tuned for further updates. Hey folks, see those fire icons on the map? They represent currently active wildfires. The newest fire is happening right now in Allen Canyon, known as the Allen Fire. Just so you know, the bigger icons mean bigger fires, so keep an eye on those. Stay safe and stay informed. Here's a quick update on the coastal flood advisory affecting Richmond, Kings, Southern Queens, and Southern Nassau counties in New York. Expect up to 1 foot of inundation in vulnerable areas near the waterfront, causing minor flooding of roads and properties. This advisory expires in 12 hours and 53 minutes. Attention everyone, we are continuing to monitor a significant weather situation affecting our area. An ice storm warning is in effect for Marathon, Langlade, Lincoln, Oneida, Florence, Forest, Menominee, Northern Marinette County, Northern Oconto County, Shawano, and Southern Marinette County in Wisconsin. This warning will remain in place for approximately 7 hours and 53 minutes from now. We are expecting significant icing with additional snow and sleet accumulation up to 1 inch and ice accumulation between 1/10 and 1/2 of an inch. This is a serious situation as the ice can lead to widespread and possibly long-lasting power outages. Power lines and tree limbs are at risk and travel conditions could be extremely hazardous. We strongly advise against any travel unless it is absolutely necessary. If you must travel, please ensure you have an emergency kit in your vehicle. This should include a flashlight, food, water, blankets, and any other essentials you might need if you become stranded. For those at home, prepare for potential power outages by having supplies ready and avoid touching downed lines. Stay safe and stay informed. We'll continue to bring you the latest updates as they come in.
The severe weather is not here yet. I can at least help her get one plant up, I think.
Let's dive into what you can expect weather-wise over the next few days. We have some active weather patterns across the country, starting with severe weather and heavy rainfall, moving from the Mississippi, Ohio, and Tennessee valleys today and heading to the East Coast by Monday. This means folks in these areas should be prepared for intense thunderstorms, large hail, damaging winds, and even the possibility of tornadoes. Flash flooding could also be a concern due to heavy downpours. In the northern regions, particularly parts of the upper Midwest, Great Lakes, and northern New England, an ice storm is continuing today. Freezing rain could accumulate significantly, causing tree damage and power outages. So if you're in these areas, it's a good idea to stay updated on local alerts and be ready for potential disruptions. Out west, unsettled weather is making its way to the coast today. Expect rain and thunderstorms from central California up through the Pacific Northwest, with heavy snowfall in the higher elevations, especially in the Sierra Nevada. Strong winds will accompany this system, so if you're in these regions, prepare for a mix of wet and wintry conditions. For those in the southern high plains, be aware of critical fire weather conditions stretching into next week. It's going to be dry and breezy, which elevates the fire risk. Meanwhile, temperatures will be much above average across the south and east through Monday, with highs reaching into the 70s and 80s. Keep an eye on the weather, especially if you're in areas expecting severe conditions, and stay safe out there. Let's check in on the flash flood warning for northwestern Jackson County in Mississippi. This warning remains in effect for the next few hours. Heavy thunderstorms are producing significant rainfall in the area, with between 4 and 6 inches already fallen. An additional 1 to 3 inches of rain is expected. The main threat here is life-threatening flash flooding, so please be cautious. Areas like Van Cleve and Wade are at particular risk. Remember, it's crucial to turn around. Don't drown when you encounter flooded roads. Most flood-related fatalities occur in vehicles. Stay aware of your surroundings and avoid driving on flooded roads. If you observe flooding, safely report this to local emergency services. Stay safe out there. Attention everyone tuned in. We continue to track a serious weather situation here. An ice storm warning is in full effect for Door County, including Sturgeon Bay, Fish Creek, and Sister Bay. This warning remains active for the next 7 hours and 48 minutes. We are expecting significant icing, with accumulations reaching up to an additional 1/10 of an inch. The primary concern here is the potential for significant ice buildup on power lines and tree limbs, which could lead to power outages. Roads are very slick, and there is a risk of downed trees and power lines, so travel is highly discouraged. Please do not touch downed lines and report any power outages to your electric company. Stay tuned for more updates as we continue to monitor this situation closely. All right, folks, we've got a significant day ahead in terms of weather across several regions, so let's break it down for you. Today and into tonight, we're looking at an enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms stretching from the lower and mid-Mississippi Valley right up into the Ohio Valley and the southern Great Lakes. This means we could see numerous storms capable of producing widespread damaging winds, large to very large hail, and multiple tornadoes. Some of these tornadoes could potentially be quite strong, so it's crucial to stay alert. Let's start in the Midwest and Ohio Valley, heading towards the Great Lakes. This morning, we've got some elevated thunderstorms moving through northeast Missouri. They're not severe yet, but as the day warms up, we might see stronger storms developing. By early afternoon, as a cold front pushes through, robust storms are likely to fire up and move quickly northeast across the Ohio Valley and southern Great Lakes. Cities in these areas should be prepared for large hail and damaging winds. Additionally, with a strong low-level jet in play, tornadoes are a real possibility, especially with any supercells that form in the lower Ohio Valley. Now, shifting our focus to central and east Texas, through the lower and mid-Mississippi Valley and into the southeast. There's already been some elevated storm activity over north central and east Texas this morning. As we move into the afternoon, the atmosphere will become quite unstable, with plenty of moisture and steep lapse rates creating a ripe environment for severe storms. Expect supercells initially, which could bring very large hail, possibly up to 2 to 3 inches in diameter. The tornado threat here is also notable, particularly in the Mid-South area, where a few strong tornadoes could occur. As the evening progresses, these storms are expected to organize into clusters or lines, which could enhance the damaging wind threat as they move southeastward overnight. In the Florida Peninsula, a weak disturbance could trigger some isolated severe storms this afternoon. While the overall threat is lower compared to the other regions, there could still be some isolated hail and damaging wind events. Remember, this is a dynamic situation, and keeping up with the latest updates is critical. Stay safe, stay informed, and have a plan in place if severe weather threatens your area. Here's the latest update on the ice storm warning affecting Portage, Wood, southern Oconto County, and Waupaca counties in Wisconsin. This warning is set to remain in effect for the next 7 hours and 44 minutes. We are expecting significant icing, with additional snow accumulations up to 1 inch and ice accumulations around 0.2 of an inch. Key areas include Waupaca, Stevens Point, Sobieski, Plover, New London, Oconto, Wisconsin Rapids, Marshfield, Brookside, Clintonville, Little Suamico, and Pensacola. Please remember, the impacts could be substantial, with ice accumulation on power lines and tree limbs that may cause power outages. If you must travel, ensure you have an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle for emergencies. It's highly recommended to delay travel if possible, but if you do need to be on the road, exercise extreme caution. Stay tuned for more updates and stay safe. We just got a report of freezing rain 1 mile east of Pierre Regional Airport in South Dakota. This was observed at an ASOS station 12 minutes ago. The freezing rain event lasted 24 hours with an accumulation of 0.1 inches. This report comes from the ASOS station at Pierre Municipal Airport. A new storm report just came in from 1 mile south of Suttons Bay in Leelanau County, Michigan. 8 minutes ago, a Messinette station recorded a rainfall measurement of 1.39 inches. This information comes from Messinette station FW9533 in Suttons Bay. Here's the latest update on the ongoing ice storm warning affecting areas in Michigan, specifically Alger, Delta, Luce, Northern Schoolcraft, and Southern Schoolcraft counties. This includes cities such as Manistee, Munising, Gladstone, Newberry, Seney, Grand Marais, and Escanaba. The warning remains in effect for approximately 7 hours and 42 minutes from now. We're expecting significant icing with additional snow and sleet accumulations up to 2 inches and ice accumulations ranging between 1/10 and 4/10 of an inch. The heaviest sleet and snowfall are expected north of M28, while the east near Newberry will likely see the most icing. As a result, power outages and tree damage are very likely, and travel could be nearly impossible. We strongly advise against any travel at this time. If you absolutely must go out, ensure you have an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle for emergencies. Additionally, prepare for potential power outages. Please stay tuned for further updates as we continue to monitor this situation closely. Attention everyone. We continue to monitor the situation closely here in Jefferson County, New York, where an ice storm warning remains in effect. This will last for the next 10 hours and 41 minutes. The freezing rain is expected to add around 1/10 of an inch of ice, especially in the northern parts of the county near the St. Lawrence Valley. This is creating significant hazards, with ice accumulating on power lines and tree limbs, leading to scattered to numerous power outages. Travel conditions are difficult, and we strongly advise against unnecessary travel. Please be prepared for potential power outages and exercise extreme caution on icy roads and surfaces like stairs and sidewalks, as they can be very slippery. Stay safe, everyone, and keep tuned in for further updates. A big Y'allcast shout out and heartfelt thanks to TVS Trubs for the $2 super chat. Here's your personalized Y'allcast for DeMotte, Indiana. Did y'all know that DeMotte hosts the annual Touch of Dutch Festival, which proudly celebrates its vibrant Dutch heritage every August with authentic food, crafts, and entertainment? Right now in DeMotte, it's cloudy and 63 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are out of the south-southwest at 13 miles per hour, and the humidity is sitting high at 87%. Today, y'all will experience showers and thunderstorms, some possibly heavy, with temperatures peaking around 73 degrees before dipping sharply down to around 37 tonight. Expect gusty winds reaching up to 35 miles per hour. Overnight, don't be surprised by some isolated showers and even a chance of snow showers late into the night. No alerts or warnings currently tonight, but keep an eye out as conditions are changing quickly. Looking ahead, prepare for a chilly start to the week. Monday's high will only reach 41, dropping all the way down to a brisk 27 degrees overnight. By midweek, thunderstorms and rain return in force, with temperatures bouncing back up near 70 degrees on Wednesday. Thanks again, TVS Trubs, for your generous support. Y'all stay tuned to Y'allbot for more personalized Y'allcasts. Here's a quick update on the winter weather advisory affecting parts of Maine, including areas like Calais, Machias, and Greenville. Expect mixed precipitation with snow and sleet accumulations up to 1 inch and ice around 0.2 of an inch. Be prepared for slippery roads and travel disruptions until this advisory expires in just over 20 hours. Here's the latest update on the ice storm warning impacting Sheboygan, Emmett, and Presque Isle counties in Michigan. This warning remains in effect for the next 7 hours and 38 minutes until 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time this evening. Light icing is expected, with additional ice accumulation creating a light glaze. The primary concerns include significant ice buildup on power lines and tree limbs, which could lead to widespread, long-lasting power outages. Roads, sidewalks, and bridges will be very slippery, posing a risk to those traveling. We strongly advise delaying any travel plans. If you must travel, please exercise extreme caution. Remember, do not touch down power lines and report any outages to your electric company immediately. Stay safe. With a weather intensity score of 48.6, we're tracking multiple areas of concerning weather. All right, folks, let's dive into the latest update from the SPC for our Day 2 convective outlook. We've got an enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms stretching from Virginia down through parts of Alabama, Georgia, and the Florida Panhandle. This means we need to be on the lookout for some potentially intense weather, including damaging winds and tornadoes. Now, here's how things are shaping up. An upper trough is pushing eastward across the eastern U.S. with a cold front making its way just west of the Appalachians. As this front moves, we're expecting thunderstorms to roll through the central Gulf Coast region. This is the area where the severe weather could really kick off. As we head further northeast, from eastern and southern New York down to the Gulf Coast, we'll see conditions becoming more unstable. This means there's enough energy in the atmosphere to support thunderstorm development. Even up in southeastern New York, we could see some action, although the severe weather risk is slightly lower there compared to the south. The more unstable atmosphere in the southern regions, especially from Virginia to the Gulf Coast, could lead to stronger storms. We're talking about potentially damaging winds, the possibility of hail, and yes, tornadoes could also be on the table. The storms may form in linear bands with some rotation, and isolated supercells could pop up ahead of the main front. As we move through the day and into the night, these storms are expected to push towards the coast and eventually head offshore. So if you're in these areas, stay weather aware and keep those alerts handy. We'll keep you updated as more information comes in. Stay safe out there. We just got a report of freezing rain 1 mile south-southeast of Henniker, New Hampshire in Merrimack County. This report came in just 3 minutes ago, indicating approximately 0.47 inches of freezing rain. A trained spotter provided this information. Here's a quick update on the ice storm warning in Alcona, Crawford, and Oscoda counties, Michigan. Expect light icing with additional accumulations creating hazardous conditions, especially on power lines and roads. This warning remains in effect for another 7 hours and 33 minutes. Please avoid travel unless absolutely necessary and prepare for potential power outages. update on the winter weather advisory for higher elevations along the Steese Highway, especially around Eagle Summit, Alaska. Expect 1 to 3 inches of snow and gusty winds, causing reduced visibility and slippery road conditions. This advisory will remain in effect for the next 46 hours and 32 minutes. Attention everyone, we are still under an ice storm warning here in Door County, which includes the cities of Sturgeon Bay, Fish Creek, and Sister Bay. This warning is in effect for approximately 7 hours and 32 minutes from now. We're looking at significant icing with up to an additional 1/10 of an inch possible. The impacts can be quite severe, with ice accumulation on power lines and tree limbs, likely causing power outages. It's crucial that you do not touch any downed lines and report any power outages to your electric company. Travel is highly discouraged because of slick roads and the potential for downed trees and power lines. Please stay safe and take all necessary precautions. The National Weather Service has issued a flood advisory for a portion of northern Florida, including Gilchrist County, until 3:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time this afternoon. Minor flooding is expected in low-lying and poor drainage areas due to heavy rainfall. Up to 1.5 additional inches of rain may fall. Areas such as Trenton and Bell could experience flooding. Remember, turn around, don't drown when you encounter flooded roads. Here's a quick update on the ice storm warning. Mackinac Island, Bois Blanc Island, Beaver Island, and Charlevoix County in Michigan are still under alert for the next 7.5 hours. Expect light icing with possible significant impacts on power lines and travel conditions. Stay indoors if possible and report any downed power lines. Multiple new storm reports coming in from Laramie County. A trained spotter reported heavy rainfall in Hillsdale about 8 minutes ago, measuring nearly 1/2 inch. Additional rainfall reports from amateur radio operators near Cheyenne within the past few minutes, each around 1/4 inch. Locations include just southeast of Cheyenne, south-southwest, and about 3 miles south-southwest of the city. Please stay alert for continued weather updates. The National Weather Service has issued a special weather statement for northeastern Williamson County, Texas, effective through noon CDT. A strong thunderstorm is moving east at 30 miles per hour, with potential hazards including winds in excess of 40 miles per hour and penny-sized hail. Locations impacted include Granger, Laneport, Bartlett, Hare, Granger Dam, and Schwartner. Take precautions by seeking shelter indoors if you are outside, as the storm could cause minor damage to outdoor objects. Frequent lightning is also occurring, so stay safe by remaining indoors or in a vehicle. Hey y'all, it's time for a YALLcast. Right now in Tallahassee, we're seeing some fog and mist out there with temperatures hovering around 71 degrees and a gentle southeast breeze at 9 miles per hour. Humidity is high, so it definitely feels a bit muggy out today. Looking ahead, we've got a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, with highs near 78 degrees. Tonight, expect some lingering showers early, then areas of fog settling in, with lows around 66. Keep an eye out tomorrow afternoon. Storms could get a little rowdy, with a chance for severe weather and temperatures warming up to around 82 degrees. Beyond that, skies clear up nicely by midweek, and we're looking at mostly sunny days, with highs climbing into the mid to upper 80s. No weather alerts to report at the moment, but stay weather aware tomorrow, just in case things heat up. Remember, you can always request your own personalized Y'allcast through Super Chat. Stay safe and enjoy your week, y'all. Here's a quick update on the ice storm warning impacting Price County, including Phillips. Significant ice and snow are expected, with potential power outages and slippery roads. This warning remains in effect for the next 7 hours and 27 minutes. Please avoid travel if possible and stay prepared. Let's check in on the special weather statement for northeastern Williamson County in Texas. A strong thunderstorm is presently impacting this area and is expected to continue for the next few minutes. At 11:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time, radar detected a strong thunderstorm over Bartlett, moving east at approximately 30 miles per hour. The main threats include winds gusting over 40 miles per hour and penny-sized hail. Areas at risk include Granger, Laneport, Bartlett, Hare, the Granger Dam, and Schwartner. Gusty winds could potentially knock down tree limbs and cause minor damage to outdoor objects. If you're outside, it's advisable to seek shelter inside a building. Also, be aware of frequent lightning strikes that can occur up to 10 miles away from the storm. Stay safe and remain indoors until the storm passes. Attention viewers, we continue to monitor a significant ice storm affecting Marathon, Langlade, Lincoln, Oneida, Florence, Forest, Menominee, and parts of Marinette, Oconto, and Shawano counties in Wisconsin. This ice storm warning remains in effect for the next 7 hours and 24 minutes. Expect significant ice accumulation that could lead to widespread power outages and dangerous travel conditions. Ice may cause power lines and tree limbs to fall, leading to possible long-lasting power failures. Travel is strongly discouraged due to the slick roads and potential for downed trees and lines. If travel is necessary, have an emergency kit in your vehicle. Stay safe and report any power outages to your electric company immediately. The National Weather Service has issued a special marine warning for the coastal waters from Tarpon Springs to Suwannee River, Florida, out to 20 nautical miles, and the waters from Tarpon Springs to Suwannee River, Florida, out 20 to 60 nautical miles. This warning is in effect until 1:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. A strong thunderstorm, located 35 nautical miles southwest of Cedar Key, is moving east at 15 knots and producing wind gusts of 34 knots or greater. Mariners should expect suddenly higher waves, frequent lightning, and heavy downpours. Please move to safe harbor until the hazardous weather passes. Here's an update on the Tango Fire, currently burning 6 miles northwest of Hominy, Oklahoma. The fire now spans 1,600 acres, with containment at 70%, a decrease from previous updates. There are no active evacuation orders or warnings at this time, but we urge residents to stay informed and prepared. Fire crews are diligently working to improve containment. If you're in the area, please stay alert to any changes and follow local authorities for real-time updates. Remember, safety first.
Since there's not really any severe weather right now, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Though I will be live this afternoon for round 2 of severe weather coverage. I will be posting a few videos. Ooh. Don't forget I forgot you, Storm Chaser. Brett Adair. Savannah, Texas. Really? Did I just say Texas? Damn. Savannah, Tennessee.